Y'all ready for this?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Donna Sports Show from the beautiful John DeVita's Broadcast Center here in Norridge, Illinois. Wow, if you get a chance, you got to come down here. Give me a call, 630-530-7061. We can give you a little interview on the air if you want. Look at this beautiful studio, all the facilities John has here, a great broadcast center right in Norridge, Illinois. And, of course, he's affiliated with Ridgewood High School, the WRHS Jack FM 89.7, and Smooth FM WRWX 88.1. You can call in there and here at 708-453-5114. And, man, we got a show today. We're going to talk about Soldier Field having a Super Bowl there, maybe. We're going to talk to Jack Ryan, St. Rita, Soldier Field, White Sox, Cubs. How about the Sox? They lost last night, but they're still all right. Big Tom Michael will probably give us a call. Talk about the Bears, Mike Sandrolini, Wayne Houses O'Brien, NASCAR Jeff. Man, we got a big show for you, but we got a caller already, right, Johnny?
Before we get to our caller,
yeah,
I just want to let you know, remember at our last broadcast, we were talking about my nephew's daughter, Alexandra Carlson?
Yes.
Okay, I found out, finally, she's going to the University of Iowa.
Wow.
And she's in the marching band out there.
Is that right?
Right, and she plays the saxophone.
Wow, yeah. Good for her.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Iowa, Johnny, I got a lot of friends out there, family out in Iowa, so, they listen to us. They just key in, our www.windycityhometown.com on the computer, and they can hear us, especially the folks around Burlington, Iowa, Muscatine, Iowa. My wife's cousin lives out there, and they're involved in sports, and the good old Iowa Hawkeyes. That's Hawkeye territory there too. There's Iowa, and then there's Iowa State.
Yeah, well, she goes to the University of Iowa.
Yeah, that's in. I want to say Ames, but I could be wrong on that. But she'll have to let me know what big city it's in. It's one of the big towns out there. Who's on the line?
Jack Ryan.
Oh, Big Jack Ryan. Hello, Jack.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
Okay. Long time no see.
Yeah, Jack, I want to thank you for inviting me to go with you to watch the St. Rita football team at Soldier Field, and the new Soldier Field. And, Jack, I hadn't been to the new field, I just, watch on Tuck. For me, it's much easier just to turn on the TV, But I'm so glad that you kind of talked me, well, you didn't talk me into it, but, you asked me to go with you, and I'm so glad that we went, because I got to I got to see Rita, and I got to see that beautiful, well, I think it's beautiful, so maybe some people don't, I guess, but, man, I think it's kind of magnificent the way they kept up the facade around it.
Yeah, well, they have all the seats are much closer than they were at one time. I know if you're a traditionalist, you won't like it that it's not that huge Coliseum-like, motif, or we want to call it, design. But it is much more functional as far as being close to the game. I know that's for a fact there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a spot in the shade, so I didn't have to put on sunblock. And
you're right. That was
interesting people there.
Yeah, that was fun. Jack, I'll bet you, well, maybe more. I'd say there's at least 10,000 people there between, maybe even more than that, maybe, Yeah,
and you had you had 4 separate games, so I don't know how many people went through there in one day. You had your St. Pat's versus Mount Carmel, and there was one before that, I believe.
Yeah, Chicago Hope versus Longwood. That was early in the morning, and I get it. That's great. That's kind of new schools, I think. Chicago Hope.
It is. Yeah, and the next one, the final game was St. Ignatius played Whitney Young. So
yeah.
And I'm told our friend Tom McKenna, who you met there, he said between those two schools, they sold more tickets than all the others combined.
Yeah,
right?
between Ignatius and Young.
Well, Ignatius is just, in recent years brought back its football program, and I believe they were playing their home games over at Skaggs Stadium at the University of Chicago.
Oh, is that right?
Well, they still are. But they're on the way up. And anyway, as far as our St. Rita game goes, it turned out Marist 45, St. Rita 35, and my friend Tom said, Tom McKenna, there were like 3 or 4 really bad penalties we thought were pretty chicken, you know what? And that just took the heart out of St. Rita. So
well, no, you got to blame somebody, right, Jack? You might be.
I know. Well, you can try to be objective.
Yeah, right. You try. But to be honest with you, I could almost see Marist scoring that many points because we had to leave right when the third quarter started, right? But Jack, that passing attack that they have. I could see. I'm not surprised that they scored 45 points. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you could
45-35 is hardly not defensive battle, is it?
No, it isn't. All right, I don't want to put you on the spot now.
No,
but
I understand.
Did you ever research what the name Marist means?
Oh. No, I got to look it up yet. Maybe I'll call you back with that later.
Yeah, call me back with that because I like, I like to know how the name originated.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, of course, St. Rita was named after St. Rita of Cascia, right? So
great Italian saint, by the way.
Yeah, so that makes sense to me. And of course, St. Patrick, of course, named after the great St. Patrick, right? Patron saint of Ireland, right? And well, Mount Carmel, I guess, is Mount Carmel is it's in Italy, and it's just a famous place, right?
Well, the Carmelite order, and you have the apparition of the Blessed Virgin there at Mount Carmel in Italy. See, so
that's right. Okay, so and then now Saint Ignatius, Jack. What?
Saint Ignatius, he's the founder of the Jesuits.
Oh, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He was a military man before that, so.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. And now, how about? Well, he must have been a politician or so. Who was Whitney Young? Right, Whitney Young had to be a.
Don't know.
Some kind of a famous guy in Chicago, I would think. They name a school after him. Whitney Young. Find that out, too, for me, will you?
Okay, will do. I'll call you back.
Put you to work.
10-4 over and out.
All right. Okay, Jack. Thanks a lot. All right, that was Jack going to call us back. I like that when you hear a name, you go, well, where'd that name come from? Like, the University of Duquesne. So I know that's out somewhere on Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, something like that. But who was good at that, knowing that, was my ex-partner, Tom the Big Guy Michael. He was good at names, not trivia. He's good at trivia, too. But he was good at knowing the names, nicknames and things like that. And that's what I often wonder. How they think, what is Marist? What does it mean? Is it an order in the Catholic Church, the Marist brothers, or was it named after a street or something? And I don't know. So Jack's going to find that out. All right, we of course I'm brought to you by all my great friends and sponsors, Ozzy's, the world's best subs. And on the way in, I stopped at Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. And it was early in the morning, so I had what they call an Italian scrambler. Man, Johnny, that is good. Scrambled eggs, sausage on a good, nice soft bun. Man, the Italian scrambler. Yeah, I had that. It was only $3-something or something, $3.50 or something. Over at Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. Of course, I'm J.D. Muggs out in Aspen, Illinois, with 33 great beers. The golf courses of the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County. Yep, there's still time to play, and the courses will be open well into October. Maybe even sometime, if the weather's fine, they stay open even in November. The 3 golf courses, Green Meadows, Oak Meadows, and Maple Meadows. And you're going to hear this in the future about Oak Meadows. It was the old Elmhurst Country Club, but the they've got like a $10 million project going there. They're going to revamp that whole course. It's just going to be beautiful because, you know, they had a little trouble with flooding, you know, like so many courses do, you know. But that one, that one was really bad at Oak Meadows, you know. They'd get the course in beautiful shape, and here come the rains, and before you know it, 3 or 4 holes are underwater, you know. So they kind of corrected that somewhat, but they've got some grant money, I believe, and they're going to revamp that whole course. So we'll keep you informed on that. The Auto Advantage of Addison, right on Lake Street. Anything wrong with your car, go on in there to get an oil change for about $20. They do anything that you can imagine on your car. Real great guys. Go in there and see Dominic and Leon. They're great guys at Auto Advantage of Addison. And Wayne Houses O'Brien, of course. Wayne H. O'Brien. The H stands for hockey and houses. That's right. He's getting close to 70, and he's still playing hockey. He loves the game. Unfortunately, he's not a Blackhawk fan, but he'll tolerate the Hawks. He likes the Boston Bruins I forgot the reason he told me that. We'll have to ask him again. But Wayne H. O'Brien. And here's a newcomer for us right around here, folks, in the Leiden area. Not quite Norwich. Norwich has their own school, Ridgewood High School. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that they have a broadcast center there? WRHS Jack FM 89.7, all right? And Kevin is the manager there. You can call them or listen. Smooth FM WRWX 88.1. And you can call them there, 708-453-5114, if you want to hear some music. And then, of course, Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network. That's Big John's entertainment network right here, www.windycityhometown.com on your computer. And like I thought, the Leiden Old Timers, Leiden High School, a great school in Franklin Park. There's a Leiden East, Leiden West now, but when they first started, it was just one Leiden, you know. And I got involved with the fellows there. Just a terrific bunch of guys. Old timers, they're not all that old, but you have to be like 40 years old to be in the club, so to speak. You have to be out of school for 20 years, Ruben told me. But they don't just, you know, a lot of schools just have a reunion every 10 years, every 15 years. These fellas keep in touch with each other maybe 3-4 times a year. They invite you to a little pizza party, and they'll try to raise a few bucks for charity around Franklin Park area, Schiller Park, Leiden Township. They'll collect a couple $100 or even maybe more than that if they have a golf outing, and then they donate to people in need at Leiden High School, a little scholarship. That's Ruben Malicio is the president there, and he tells me Lynn Marconi has an awful lot to do with that organization. You know, you need a right-hand gal sometime to keep everything intact. So the Leiden Old Timers, I'll giving you more information on how you can get in touch with them. They've got a big Christmas dinner coming up. I believe it's December 12th. So maybe you Leiden guys that are out there, you know, come on over and get involved with them. They're a great outfit. And that'll take care of that for a while. Like I say, we should get some calls coming in. In the meantime, I want to tell you about a book here. I'll read this to you. My son John gave me this book. He gives me all kinds of books. And I said, what is that, John? He said, oh, you might use it on the show. All right, what it is great moments in baseball. And the first page I turned to, the longest streak. Can you think what I'm talking about? Well, of course, you know, Cal Ripken Jr. had a long streak, too, you know, of consecutive games played. But I think the most popular one is when Joe DiMaggio hit 56 games in a row, consecutive games. Joe DiMaggio, 56 games in a row with a hit. I don't know if that'll ever be broken. I think the closest one, 44, seems to come to my mind. 44 hits seem to come to mind. Got the closest to it. But Joe had 56, all right? And let me just read this to you because maybe you forgot about it or you don't know how it happened. But let me just read this to you now here. DiMaggio's hit on May 15th came in a losing cause. The fifth Yankee loss in a row. That's unusual. The next day, DiMaggio hit a home run and a triple to help New York beat the Chicago White Sox. Bad. As May went on, the Yankees won a few more games, and DiMaggio kept hitting. Some days he managed just a single. Other times he hit long home runs. By the end of the month, DiMaggio's streak had reached 16 games. Not bad. And fans and sports writers began to notice. In June, DiMaggio had a few close calls when his streak almost ended. Playing the White Sox again, DiMaggio hit a hard grounder to the third baseman who couldn't make the play. The official scorer ruled it a hit, not an error on the fielder, and the streak reached 25 games. Later in the month, against the St. Louis Browns, I don't know if you young guys won't remember that, but guys like me and Johnny remember that. The St. Louis Browns were in existence, a while back, but they're not to call the Browns anymore. It took a double in DiMaggio's last at bat to keep the last at bat. Can you imagine that? To keep his streak alive at 38 now. Like I say, the closest to that anyone got was 44. There's a few guys that got into the 30s, but that's about it. By then, DiMaggio was closing in the official major league record held by George Sisler of hitting in 41 consecutive games. Everyone in baseball knew how close Joltin' Joe was to the record, though he said he didn't really start paying attention until he reached 33 games. How do you like that? I suppose you figured, well, I got a hit, that's all right. That's all. Now he's up to 33. Many pitchers weren't eager to help DiMaggio. Some tried to throw the ball away from the plate, preferring to walk him rather than give him something good to hit. DiMaggio faced one of those pitchers in Game 40. Johnny Babbage of the Philadelphia A's threw 3 pitches far off the plate. The next pitch was outside too, DiMaggio later said. But I caught it good and lined it to right past Babbage. How do you like that? It was probably outside, but Joe reached over and hit it into right field. All right, DiMaggio broke Sisler's record on June 29th during the second game of a doubleheader against the Washington Senators. They're back playing now. The hit came on his fourth and, again, last bat of the game, and the fans cheered for 5 minutes. Can you imagine that? That's when he broke Sisler's record. Next up for DiMaggio was the old record of 44 games set by Wee Willie Keeler. Holy cow, get the 1897. Although Keeler's streak was not recognized by major league officials, it still meant something to DiMaggio. He passed the mark on July 2nd with a home run against the Boston Red Sox. Now everyone wondered how long DiMaggio could go on. The streak reached 50 games. Can you imagine that? On July 11th. As DiMaggio belted 4 hits against the St. Louis Browns. A few days later, DiMaggio had 3 hits against the Cleveland Indians, his 56th consecutive game with a hit. Finally, on July 17th, DiMaggio went 0 for 3, ending the streak. After the game, DiMaggio said, "I can't say that I'm glad it's over." Years later, he added, "I wanted it to go on forever." And if I recall, in one of those, when he went 0 for 3, one of those, the balls that he hit was like, man, the guy made a spectacular catch, I'm not sure who that was, but I kind of remember reading that he almost could have gone 57 games. Anyway, the Yanks won 41 of the 56 games during DiMaggio's streak, propelling them into first place. What else is new? In the American League. New York went on to win the World Series, beating the Brooklyn Dodgers in 5 games. DiMaggio once again won the league's Most Valuable Player award, having set a record that no other player has come close to topping in more than 60 years. Wow. That's terrific, huh? All right, folks, we'll take a fast break here and get back with you on the other side. Hi, everybody. The Donna Sports here. Hey, you guys, it's time to get out and golf. The DuPage County Forest Preserve courses are open. Maple Meadows at 272 Addison Road in Wooddale. It's a links-type course that is in great shape and no trees to hit. That's what a links-type course is, not many trees. Oak Meadows at 900 North Wooddale Road in Addison is a traditional course with trees, beautiful flowers, and not many sand traps. And the price is reasonable. And get this, it has the longest bar in DuPage County for the 19th hole. And Green Meadows on 63rd and Westmont, a shorter course that is in great shape also. All of these courses are waiting for you at reasonable prices. Call Oak Meadows at 630-595.
Primerica is one of the largest financial services marketing organizations in the nation, with approximately 95,000 licensed independent representatives. Primerica is an industry leader in financial services. I'm Mike Figarelli, an independent representative and senior vice president in the Bensonville area, and the company's goal is to help ordinary families prepare for their financial futures. We've shown many local families how to do just that, and we are prepared to grow locally by providing people with financial solutions as well as a great business opportunity. As an independent representative with Primerica, you can build a business of your own, part-time or full-time. To learn more about the Primerica business opportunity, call me, Mike Figarelli, at 630-860-0033. Again, that's 630-860-0033. Hey folks, if you get a chance, get over to J.D. Muggs Bar and Grill, located at 437 North Addison Road in Addison, Illinois. 33 different kinds of beer. Can you imagine that? It's the home of the He-Man Burger, and baby, that is a He-Man Burger. Wait till you see the size of that burger. Chicken Caesar salad, which is one of my favorites. It's a friendly atmosphere. There's karaoke on Wednesday night and a great DJ on Fridays. Call Dean at 630-833-2570.
My name's...
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Donna Sports Show. This is your host, Don Figarelli, and we've got some callers coming in hot and heavy. We're going to talk to Mike Sandrolini. Bear season, well, exhibition. Let's see what Mike has to say about that. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Don.
How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
All right. You know that this exhibition season goes on too long for me, Mike.
Yeah. I think they could probably cut it down to 3 games.
Yeah, at least 3. I mean, even 2 would be all right with me, Mike.
Uh-huh.
You know, like here. You know, I'm not even going to watch. They think they're doing something good. You know, the all the advertisers and that. I don't even think I'm going to tune in on that game because none of the starters are playing, Mike.
Yeah, that's what they should just stop it after 3 games because I think everybody who follows football is pretty much in unison with the belief that the 3rd game is pretty much a benchmark as far as getting ready and where the team is.
Yeah.
So why not? They should just they should just chop out that 4th game.
Yeah.
And it would also give players a little bit more time to prepare, too.
You're right. And you know what, Mike? They know who they're going to keep. They probably knew that 2 weeks ago, you know?
I think in most cases that's correct. Maybe this 4th game is for those players who are on the bubble and they just can't make it. The coaching staff can't make a decision, and they use this game to determine who's going to stay on and who's not. Maybe that's the only. I think that's really the only argument for it.
Yeah, because you got to go through a whole game waiting for 2 or 3 guys to perform something. You know what I mean? And so that's why I say it's like almost. Oh, come on. You know if you're going to keep the guy or not. During practice, you've had many practices. And already had 3 games, right? If you don't know by now, come on, let's get with the regular season, But
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about the Bears, Mike. I know they're saying, well, Urlacher will come back and Forte, but did you see him in the first quarter of the Giant game?
Yeah.
When the starters were on and Giant starters and. I don't know.
I'm not too worried about Forte. I think there's definitely got to be some concern at this point about Urlacher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall him playing a down of preseason football at all thus far.
No, he hasn't. No, you're right.
And even if you're a veteran like he is, I mean, don't you need a little bit of time to prepare and kind of get the juices flowing again? I think it's a tough. It's got, even for a veteran, it's got to be a little bit. It's got to be tough just to be thrown into action from game one, and really not have any kind of to get going and get some hitting going and whatever.
Yeah, and you know what, too, Mike? It's like a psychological thing. Here's what, to me, I think is going to happen. All right, finally, like Urlacher, the game start, right? And so he's going to play, right? He starts. Well, like you said, he hasn't played for 6 months or so, and all of a sudden now he's not making any tackles or, whatever. They're running through the Bears pretty good. So now there's a downer for the team, right? I mean, wow, we got Urlacher back and we still can't stop anybody.
Well, there has to be some adjustment to just the speed of the game and getting back in the flow and rhythm of things, and that I don't know. Bears fans might be expecting too much if they think they're going to get the Brian Urlacher of old for that first game against the Colts.
Yeah, right.
And even though the Colts were bad last year, still, I mean, like I said, there's got to be some adjustment and getting into the flow of the game again, and just making the tackles and the plays.
Right.
And but the thing is, and I guess I wasn't paying attention, but the Bears right off the bat this season, the Colts being what they are, but 4 days later they have to turn around and play the Packers in Green Bay, and that is going to be I don't know who makes the schedules, but geez, that's for an NFL team to have like a 3-day turnaround like that.
I know
that's got to be and trying to prepare for your arguably your toughest division rival. I mean, that's I don't know who's making the schedule, but geez, I don't know. It's like having these guys play again in such a short turnaround. Hey, that's professional football is a tough game, and I would imagine these players need a little bit more than 2 days to heal to get back and ready for everything.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably made by someone in the NFL office. Yeah. The guy never played football.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, well, they can, 3 days, they can go again and play another game.
No, that's a tough, that's got to be tough. Then, of course, after that, then they have, obviously the following Sunday off, and they don't play until a week from that Sunday. So they do get some time off, but still, you're probably, that's probably a consolation prize for getting beat up, within 72 hours again.
Absolutely. You know what, too, Mike? You know who I kind of like? I don't know if you've watched some of the. You probably have. I've watched a lot. Try to watch the exhibition game. I like this Andrew Luck at Indianapolis. I like that kid.
Yeah, I think the Colts probably it was I'm sure it was a gamble.
Yeah, but
he take him at number one, and not only that, to kind of give up on your franchise quarterback Peyton Manning all those years.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't seem like a rookie. I mean, he looks real comfortable back there.
You do have occasionally these quarterbacks that come in. Look at Dan Marino when he first came into the league. Back in, I think it was like 81 or 82.
Yeah.
And he came in and performed right off the bat.
Did he start right away?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think if I want to say in 1982, his rookie year, he actually got the Dolphins to the Super Bowl.
Oh, really? Boy, that's a good trivia
Don't quote me on that, but I think I kind of for some reason I don't remember that, but
in 82.
Then you have this a quarterback from Carolina last year who was really,
Yeah.
he was a rookie as well.
Well, Newton. You're right, Cam Newton.
Yeah, Cam Newton. He came out of the gate firing away, and this guy is probably, give him another couple of years, and he's probably going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He's got all the tools.
You're absolutely right. You know what, Mike? I come across an article I had seen a while back, and I just threw it in my file, but I saw it come across this. The article was the Super Bowl at Soldier Field. Yeah, sure.
You know what? I think that is such a pipe dream.
Yeah,
you know what? Sure. In at the beginning of February, you're going to have a Super Bowl at Soldier Field. Okay, if you had a dome stadium, yes, you could do it, but not in that kind of weather.
Yeah. I don't know how that came about, but
I never foresee that's not going to happen.
Yeah, the next outdoor Super Bowl held in a cold weather city will be a few years after the next outdoor stadium in a cold weather city is built. Yeah, they're not going to take a chance, like you say.
No.
It could be below zero.
Exactly. That's just there's no way anybody's nobody's going to go for that, particularly. The powers that be in the NFL, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what, Mike? I know earlier I was talking to my friend Jack Ryan, and he and I went down to the new. I should be. I should have been down there a lot sooner, but I just haven't seen that new field. But I kind of like it. I thought it was magnificent the way they, kept up the old Soldier Field, the facade around, and built that. Oh man, I thought it was beautiful, really.
I have mixed feelings about it. I've been into the stadium once, as like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And for actually, ironically, an exhibition game.
Oh, okay.
Against Cleveland.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I have mixed.
You mean
feelings about it?
The look of it?
It looks like to me. It looks like they dropped a flying saucer right into the middle of Soldier Field. I mean, I don't like the way the seating is situated, especially in the upper deck, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, that wasn't even filled because it was a high school game, you know, and it wasn't quite filled. But it looked kind of steep up there too,
right.
Yeah,
everybody talks about the cell.
Yeah, right.
And
I think that's just as bad, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Speaking of the cell, how about the Sox? Listen, let me ask you this: what does it take to be a wild card? In other words, if you come in second, say the Sox don't finish first, right? Mm-hmm. And they got, 88 wins. Well,
right.
Does it depend on what happens in the other divisions if they're a wild card or not?
Yes, it definitely does. You have to. Well, now this year with the wild card expanding with an additional team, you're going to have 2 wild card teams that get in.
Oh, okay.
But they're going to play each other one game.
Oh, really?
And so the winner of that game goes on to the divisional series.
You mean 2 wild card? Out of all the out of the whole.
Yeah, out of the for just using the American League example, there's going to be 2 wild card teams from the American League, 2 wild card teams from the National League. Those 2 wild card teams are going to play each other one game.
Oh, I see.
Winner goes on to play in the divisional series.
Oh, before it was just one.
It's kind of you could kind of look at it as a playing game, I guess.
Yeah, I see.
Like college basketball has.
Yeah, okay.
That's probably the way to look at it.
All right, so they might have a chance. I'm looking at the schedule here. I mean, not the schedule, but the standings, okay? Mm-hmm. They got 71 wins right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, the team in second place out east got 71 games won. The team out west got 71. So, I mean, they're right there, right? I mean, those guys could lose a lot of games, too, and the Sox, whatever, right? So,
right, I think, overall, I think the Sox have a pretty good chance of you want to see them win their division.
Well,
that assures you getting in the playoffs. But
right,
I think even if they happen to fall to Detroit down the stretch, I don't think. I should rephrase that. I like to think that they're going to be in it toward, from now until the end of the year, and not completely, fall victim to the Cubby curse or anything like that,
Yeah, right. Well, they got maybe 28 games left or something, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what
well, they're of course they're playing this weekend in Detroit.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
That's going to be
yeah.
Boy, it would be. I think a best case scenario is if the Sox can take 2 out of 3. But I think you don't want to get swept.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take at least one game out of there, and I think if they can take one game out of there, that's probably at least they'd be able to tread water.
Yeah, I think
that,
so.
and taking 2 out of 3 would be ideal, but I think realistically you've got Verlander going one of those games, and then you have, I think his name is Max Scherzer.
Mm-hmm.
He's also been outstanding. So on the flip, but I guess the Sox have Jake Peavy and Chris Sale going for them. So maybe it's, as far as pitching goes, it's going to be a great series for pitching.
Yeah.
But then again, Chris Sale got lit up last night. On Tuesday night.
Yeah.
As his worst outing of the year. So you hope that all these predictions about him having a dead arm or pitching too many innings and having it affect him at the end of the season, you're hoping that's not the case.
I do too.
At
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, he didn't look too good last night, but they're going to lose a few games now and then. It's going to happen.
Right.
But
I like Chris Sale though. He's a competitor. Not only does he have great ability, but he's a competitor. You could see him after he gave up those couple of runs. He was back in the. They showed him in the dugout. He was just kind of animated about not getting the job done. He was upset. He didn't pull a Carlos Zambrano last night and take anything out on the cooler, but he was just very he was upset that he didn't get the job done.
But you can't blame him for that. All right, hey Mike, thanks an awful lot. I'll tell you, next time you call in, we'll go a little bit on the Cubs, and by that time.
Do we have to?
Yeah. Come on now, they're building for the future. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
sure
Mike.
they are.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Okay, thanks.
We'll
Don.
talk to you later. Bye bye. Yeah, well, yeah, they're building for the future, Boy, when the heck that's going to be. They signed Castro for 7 years, something like that, but they just need a lot of help, Who knows if it'll ever come to fruition, But we'll talk about the Cubs a little later. See what's happening, too. The Cubs' attendance is down a little bit. I knew that was going to happen, Yeah, you get your guys who don't care if they win or lose, come to a game. But people who know baseball, they don't want to see a team win, So first time in a long time, I think their attendance is down, which that's what's going to happen, You got to put a good product. Okay, who's on the line, Jeff? Jeff, NASCAR Jeff? Oh, hello, NASCAR Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, good morning, Don.
Good morning, buddy. How you doing out there in Geneva, is it, or Batavia? Where are you?
Geneva, Illinois.
Yeah, great town out there, huh?
Yeah, it's a great town.
Yeah,
lovely city.
Yeah, what's it called?
Geneva, Illinois.
Oh, yeah, but did it have a nickname or something, like the Flower City or something? I thought you said...
well, it's Swedish. They have a lot of Swedish stuff here because, every time there's a festival, it's just like Swedish Days or Festival of Wine. Everything's wrapped around the Swedes. So.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's good. My wife's a Swede, so...
Even though I'm a Dutchman, I'm still touched with the Swedes.
Yeah,
kind of goes hand in hand,
Yeah, well, sure, absolutely. They're good people, My wife is both that. She's German and Swedish, so...
that works.
Yeah, that works a lot. How's things with... well, there's a big race coming... When's that race coming up?
I think it's like the second weekend of September, and I hope to be there with my group, Everything Racing, because I'm starting up a program, and kind of the race for the chase is what I call it.
Wow, good for you.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll be interviewing. Hopefully, I'll get some people I can interview, and and not only that, I'm going to interview fans. I'm going to do a little bit different twist than the other guys. So.
Okay. Yeah, and then where are you going to play it back on? You're recording it on a cassette tape or something, or what?
Plug it into my computer and see how how it goes. I'm going to put it on. I have it on Facebook right now. I've got 2 groups that I have. One's Speed Freaks, and the other one's Everything Racing.
Oh, okay.
And what we do is we share stuff. I have a couple of racers on there, and I join. I beg, I basically ask people if they want to join the group. It's great. If you're interested in any kind of racing, I'm talking about IndyCar, NASCAR, Le Mans, motorcycle racing of any kind, boat racing, airplane racing, you name it. That's why I call it Everything Racing, because we're into drag racing. I know there's a big drag racing following out here in Chicago, so I want to make it open for everybody. Lawnmower racing, we do that too. In the wintertime, we'll have ice racing, motorcycle racing, and snowmobile racing.
Well, at Chicagoland, are you going to be out there? Where are you going to be, in the pits or something, or where are you going to be taping?
Well, I don't know. I'm waiting to try and get press passes so I can get in there and tape. I have a deal coming up that week before where I got to go into Chicago and meet and greet with some of the drivers. They have like a meet and greet with people. I paid extra for that so I can. My wife and I are going down there. We're going to tape it. She's going to be the camera person.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm going to be the host. I'm trying to promote this show. Maybe sell it kind of like Paul Bryant does with his deal on WLS.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, we're going to talk about cars too. We're going to talk about some of the car shows that are coming up and some of the ones you want to go to and just the automotive industry in itself.
Yeah, I get it. At Chicagoland, my brother-in-law and my niece's husband go to all the races. They got season passes. So if you're going to be out there, are you going to interview just regular fans too, besides the drivers and so on?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up where I can interview fans too and what they think of today's racing.
Yeah. I mean,
and how they feel about it, if they would change anything or not change anything.
Boy, that's good. If you get that, and let me know, because I'll have them look you up out there. Because they got season passes.
Sure.
Maybe.
Well, if they're on Facebook, which a lot of people are,
okay.
All they have to do is look up Jeff Walsma, WALSMA, or my company name is The House Wizard.
Yeah, right.
And the group it's on Facebook, there's a couple of them. One is Everything Racing Group.
Yeah.
And the other one is Speed Freaks, Anonymous.
Yeah.
And it's open to everybody. And so it doesn't matter who, where, what, anybody that wants to talk about racing.
Oh, I see.
Come join us. And if I try to get people to participate too. Now I've got beginning of the chase, a contest going.
Okay.
And it's basically picking out the first 3 drivers who will end up with the championship, the number 1 spot, the number 2 spot, and number 3 spot. It's a fantasy racing, and then right now we're trying to determine who will make the chase for the 12 drivers and who won't.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Yeah. Now on Facebook, go back to that for a minute. On Facebook, what is it? Walsma.com? No, or
no, just Jeff Walsma.
Oh, okay.
You look me up if you're on Facebook already. If not, my email address is thehousewizard@sbcglobal.net.
Oh, okay. I'm writing that down. Global.net. Okay, I'll have them do that. Get in touch.
As far as racing is concerned, it's going to be a tight one. A lot of people messed up last weekend, so there's going to be a couple guys that may be out of the chase, and a couple of them are big names like Carl Edwards.
Oh, he's out.
Busch.
Oh no.
And even Tony Stewart might not make it because he's had problems. He crashed out last weekend.
Oh man.
So it's a tight battle.
What about my buddy Jeff Gordon?
He's basically in it, I think. He saved himself. He's gotten to the point where he's up in the points now. So what it's going to come down to is the race, how many races you win. And right now the top 3 or 4 guys have won 3 races apiece.
Oh,
and
okay.
Pretty much everybody that's in the top 12 has won a race or 2. With the exception of Carl Edwards. He does what he did last year. This year isn't going to work because most of the guys they changed the point system to cover to the point where you got to win a race in order to get in the chase.
You got to
Which
win it.
I agree with, because there were
Yeah.
guys that were in the chase last year didn't win any of them.
Yeah.
And the tiebreaker ended up going to Tony. Carl didn't win any races in the chase, pretty much throughout the season. It was consistency that got him in.
Yeah, well,
You got to have both now.
they rewarded him for that, but
Yeah.
he never won a race. Isn't that something? How that can be. All right.
The way the system is now,
Yeah.
it's really good. Next year will even be stranger because they're coming out with different cars. Now, the body shape, basically the chassis and all the components, the working components will be the same, but the aerodynamics will change a little bit because they're going to they're coming out with the Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
Chevy's going to have the Camaro instead of the Monte Carlo.
Oh, okay.
And Ford will have the Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
And Toyota is staying with what they have now.
Yeah.
The Camry, and then I don't know if Dodge will be there or not.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a thing up in the air where if Dodge comes out, they might be coming out with the Charger, but there's a lot of teams that aren't going to. Dodge said they were pulling out, and then they backed out. There's a little bit of confusion, but I don't think nobody will know until the start of the 2013 season.
Yeah,
so.
well, by then they'll know, huh? Mm-hmm.
Danica Patrick is having problems in the Nationwide Series. But it's not her fault, though. She just happens to be at the wrong place at the right time. I mean, she's been wrecked out of a lot of them, although she's 10th in points, which is good.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So,
yeah, she's up there in points.
Yes.
Wow. All right, Jeff. Hey, buddy, thanks a lot for the report, all right? And I'll have my in-laws get in touch with you, okay?
All right, well, like I say in the racing world, put the pedal to the metal and don't look back.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
See you later.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, we'll take a fast break, folks. I'll be right back.
My name's Tom Sims. I'm the owner of Fox Bowl. We are Fox Bowl Training Center and Pro Shop. We set ourselves apart because we emphasize instructions. We have a full-time bowling instructor, Greg Zika. We have instant replay, videotape each bowler. Another program that we have is our Youth Bowling, USA Bowling. It's an 8-week program, after school type of thing. It's 8 weeks for $88 with instructions, and every child gets a free bowling ball, a $75 value. And thank you from Fox Bowl.
Hi everybody, this is Don Figueroa of Don Sports, talking about Wayne Houses O'Brien. For all your real estate needs, call Wayne Houses O'Brien. Yes, the H stands for houses, at 630-235-5880, or visit his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. That's right, he's a pilot. He'll take a picture of your home from the sky. Whether you're buying or selling, call Wayne at 630-235-5880. He has residential, commercial, and investment properties. He is honest, hardworking, and friendly. Those are all the traits you want in a realtor. He loves hockey and he loves to fly. Again, call Wayne Houses O'Brien at 630-235-5880, or visit him on his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. Hi everybody, I'm here with Ralph Venturini from Ozzy's, the world's best subs, at Wolf and Grand in Melrose Park. Hi, Ralph. Ralph, tell the folks a little bit about the history of Ozzy's.
Well, I'll tell you what. It started in 1971. It was a little grocery store, and my father decided that it came up for sale, and he decided that he would take advantage and go ahead and buy this little business and take a whirl at it. Mm-hmm. And it was just a tiny little 800 square foot space, and him and my mom ran it, and they learned it. And
all right, give me the ingredients of your great Italian subs.
Well, I'll tell you, the Italian has 3 kinds of meat. We put provolone cheese on it, Italian dressing, lettuce and tomatoes, and if you like, you can add pickles, onions, and peppers, and let me tell you, this sandwich is excellent.
Come on, folks, get out to Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. Open 24 hours. Give them a call at 847-455-0845.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Donna Sports Show. Welcome back here. We got Wayne H. O'Brien. The H stands for houses and hockey. Hello, Wayne.
Hi there.
How are you, buddy?
Okay.
Good. Hey, I heard some good news. The housing prices are going up. Did I hear that right on the radio? They're kind of starting to creep back up again.
It might depend upon where you're at.
Oh, yeah?
There's still a lot of... residential's picked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Most everywhere.
Here's a bone of contention, Wayne, that I got though too. Say your house was worth $250,000, all right, and a couple years ago, and your taxes were whatever they are, how many percentages of, right? All right,
yeah.
Now the value of your house goes down to $150,000. You still have to pay that price when it was priced at $250,000. That don't seem right to me.
Right. The only way it changes is if you sell the house, for $150,000, then the buyer will be paying taxes on $150,000. That's it's not right, but
that's what I mean. It went down a lot, and the value went down, but now your tax rate didn't go down. But that don't seem fair to me. You would think that the value goes down and you pay a little less, and a lot of people too. The biggest percentage of your real estate tax, I think I'm correct on this, goes to public schools, grade schools.
Yeah, it does. Basically, the state or county tax.
Yeah. I mean that was all right with me when my kids were in school. Public schools. I had 2 or 3 going, so I didn't mind that because I figured, kids are going to school. But now, now I'm in the same house. I don't have any kids going to school, so it's like.
That's also an advantage for investors over the years, is that they'll get a house that needs tons of work, and they'll buy it for $150,000, fix it all up, and rent it out, and they're going to be paying taxes on $150,000 until they sell it. Yeah.
Well, has your son done that? Has he done that? I would think a guy who's handy and got a few bucks, would do something like that. But I guess maybe there's a little more to it than just saying, oh yeah, you're going to turn over $50,000 real fast.
It doesn't happen that fast, especially with the economy today. If you fix up a house and going to rent it, you got to find renters.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, then you got to trust the renters, right? I mean, that they don't wreck the place on you. You got to be careful there, right?
Right. The lower price houses rental are easier than getting somebody to rent a $600,000-$800,000 house.
Yeah.
It happens, but not as often.
That's right. All right, let's switch over to hockey, Eddie. I mean, Wayne. Let me ask you. Here's a trivia question for you. Who was Eddie Shore?
Eddie Shore was a hockey player who ended up had a school, a hockey school.
He did, huh?
And he was more like a Marine. I mean, he if you made it through his classes, you were either good or gone.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was very, very. I never met him, but going by, in the 50s and 60s, from what I hear, it was a good school.
Oh, okay.
But you had to really perform.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, pretty sure he set the record for penalty. He was a tough guy, right? I think...
yeah, he was Reggie Fleming.
Yeah, yeah, he won the Hart Trophy, I think. Here, I'm looking this up now. The Hart Memorial Trophy, presented National Hockey League. Let's see, the original Hart Trophy was donated by a guy named Cecil Hart. What is it for? The first winner was Frank Neighbor. Gordie Howe has won the award more than any other player. 6 times has been chosen as most valuable. Eddie Shore, another great of another period, was given the award on 4 different occasions. How do you like that?
Is that most valuable player?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, Bobby Orr won it a few times.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But I think that Eddie Shore was noted for being a real mean guy. You know.
Well, yeah, he, it was totally, checking. There was no finesse about.
Yeah.
That school.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to cut down on that now. A little bit. They don't want to be too flagrant. Like what happened to the guy in the Hawks, right? What was the guy? Hossa? Man, that guy got, he really got nailed,
Yeah, they do have fines and penalties now, more so for things like that, and that you can't control it too much, otherwise the guys are just skating back and forth, and you know.
Yeah.
And you got to have checking.
You're right. That's just part of the game. You're right. You got to have that. That's part of the defense. But
it's the most contact sport there is.
Yeah, I know. Those guys flying, and they're flying too. When they how fast they're going on skates on top of it.
Oh, some can really fly.
Yeah, I know. You're still playing, are you not? Or how's your?
Yeah, I played last Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But I don't get a chance too often.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, maybe hockey season you'll play more. Maybe
in the fall and winter, yeah, I'd have more time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Without your real estate business, and you got time to play. How's your little grandson doing?
Well, he's doing real fine. It's early October is his next 14 weeks or whatever.
Oh, okay. He's what, 6 now?
Yeah, he'll be 6. He'll be 6 in October.
Oh, all right. Listen, Wayne, give him that email address you got and a phone number to all the millions of people listening. All right, they may want to buy some real estate from you.
It's Flying Realtor, spelled FLYN, at yahoo.com.
All right,
and it's 630-235-5880.
All right, Wayne, thanks a lot. All right, you listeners, you hear that? Give Wayne a call, talk to him about some real estate or some hockey. And sorry to say he's a Viking fan, but
also commercial too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, well, have a good day, buddy.
All right.
I will talk to you later. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a fast break, and we'll be right back. What do you?
Y'all ready for this?
I'd like you to go over to Addison Advantage of Addison, a car care center. Why? Because they have a free inspection for your brakes, your exhaust, your struts, your shaft, ball joints, radiators, water pumps, timing belts, tires, wheel bearing. You realize there's that many things that would be done on a car?
Hey, that's all called preventive maintenance, right?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, it's absolutely right.
You can't be too safe.
Yeah, get in there but if you do need some things, there's a $20 bonus voucher for any service over $250, which that save you $20, and a $5 bonus voucher. I keep saying voucher, $5 off any service over $30. That'd be easy to do. An oil change would be that. You'd get $5 off. They're located at 885 Lake Street in Addison. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. On Saturday from 8 to 3, give Dominic or Leon a call at 630-543-1397. All right, that's Auto Advantage of Addison, Car Care Center. Great guys. They have best warranty around and the longest warranty around. Brakes $70 off on a brake job with a 4-wheel lifetime warranty. Can you imagine that? And a 1-year warranty on all labor that they do. All work comes with a warranty. So if you need your oil change, you need transmission, you need flush, or front end work, fuel pumps, whatever you could think of on your car, go over to Addison Advantage of Addison at 885 Lake Street in Addison. Call Dominic or Leon, 630-543-1397.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Don Pigarelli of the Donna Sports here. We got a hold of the big guy, Tom Michael, my ex-partner on the radio, but he's up in Wisconsin. Hello, Tom.
Yes, how are you? I was in the dead zone, so I couldn't reach you.
Oh, all right. I hear you pretty good now, though, Tommy.
Yeah, now we're near Claire's place at the lake.
Oh, okay.
I'm very surprised. I'm happy because there's a section as you get to Milwaukee you can't talk to, you know.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, you just kind
so
of.
How's everything, Don?
Yeah, real good, Tom. I wanted to talk to you. I know you're good on trivia and things like that, you know.
Right.
And you've given me many books. I look up things and so on. And I wonder. I was talking to Jack Ryan. You know Jack, don't you?
Oh yeah.
We went down to Soldier Field. First time I've been down there, Tom. Since they.
Really?
Yeah, I that's bad, you know. But I just haven't had a chance. Or I figured the traffic and all that. You could watch a game on TV so much simpler, you know. But
yeah.
But
Did you go to a Bears game or a high school game?
It was a high school game, Tom, and it was quite a. They call it the high school kickoff classic. And
was it Providence?
No, it wasn't. It was St. Rita against. And here was the trivia question that Jack didn't know, and I don't know either. I said, well, maybe Tom Michael might know this. The name of the other school they played was called Marist.
That's a Catholic school.
Yeah, Marist. So I asked Jack. I said, Jack, what is that? Is that an order of nuns or an order of priests from Marist? Where did they get that name? It's kind of an odd name, you know.
Well, it's probably a knockoff Mary.
A what?
A knockoff Mary.
Oh, really?
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, but he was going to look it up because, you know, I like that when I hear a name, you know, and you do too. You know, where the heck is that? Like, think you off the top of your head, where is Duquesne University?
Yeah, well, Duquesne's out east, I think.
Yeah, right. See, and the same way with Rutgers, right? Where the heck is Rutgers? You know,
Rutgers is in near Philadelphia, I think.
Yeah. See, as I mean, I like to know that. That's why when they were playing Marist, I said, Jack, what does Marist mean? Is it a street name or something? You know.
Well, I think it's a knockoff of Mary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're right. You know, he was going to call me back. But well, how you doing? You winding up with lawn bowling now, Tom?
We'll go into September.
Oh, okay. and then you'll taper down, and then that's it.
Well, yeah. Well, we got the golf outing coming up, you know.
Oh yeah. I'm going to see you there. That's on, I believe you said the 27th, though, of September.
I think it's the 21st.
The 21st? Okay, yeah, it's in that range there. We'll look it up. It's either 21 or 27. But I'll be glad to see you there. And
yeah, and you'll meet Jim Just will be there, and Frank will be there.
Wow, that's going to be fun. Yeah, Jimmy Just going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would like to meet him. You know, snap a couple pictures. You know, and maybe we can get him back on our TV show, Tom.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, because the show is seen all over now, Tom, you know, not just in Addison, you know. You see it in River Forest, you see it in Oak Park and Lombard. You see it all over. In Norridge, on Channel 19. So maybe we can get Jimmy on again, you know.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll talk to him when we get there.
Okay, we'll do that. And well, you're going to start up not lawn bowling, you're finishing that, but curling, right?
October we'll start curling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, is there playoffs in either of these sports that you're in, Tom? Lawn bowling? Do you have teams?
They had a big playoff in Milwaukee, but we didn't go to it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. But Laurie's doing pretty good in that, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's just that sometimes it's hard to get away, you know.
Well, yeah, I know it. You can't do it all, you know. Well, all right. Let's, Tom, say hi to Claire for me, will you?
I certainly will. And I'm sorry about the delay, but I'm glad you got a hold of me.
Yeah, I sure am. I'm glad you called in, Tom. We got you, and I'll see you on the 21st or 27th. We'll look it up and find out exactly what it is. All right. And
okay,
then,
you take care, Don.
yeah, all right, thanks, Mike. Tom.
Say hi to John.
I will. Bye-bye.
Okay.
That's big Tom Michael. He said to say hi to you, Johnny. Yeah. Is he going to sit in with you at the not old timers, but sometime he does, though, doesn't he? Yeah. They have the, not old timers. Yeah. Well, yeah. The historian. I don't mean to indicate that you guys are old, but it's historians, right? So in order for history, sometimes people who know a lot about history are just older people. It just works that way, But these guys are all very knowledgeable guys, and the history. Now, what's the next subject, John? Have you discussed that?
The next subject. Okay, let me put the microphone on.
Yeah.
Okay, our next subject is going to be a part 2 of the labor unions in Chicago. We did part 1 here a couple of weeks ago, and we had such a great response, and people want to know more about it. So this Monday, September 17th, we're going to have part 2 of the labor relations in Chicago and in the area.
Wow, there's that many, huh? That you can go twice. Good for you guys. All right, hey, we're getting close to the end here, but I want to say hi to all my friends out of town, out of state actually, in Arizona, Ginny and Tony Tangora, and Judy out there listening, I'm sure, and who else? The Chrysocuses out there, Yvonne and Bill. Maybe they'll listen in on the show on their computer, and then of course we swing over to Florida with my good buddy Art Byron Maxwell and his lovely wife Peggy and lovely wife Bobby. Yeah, right, lovely wife Bobby. Hi to you guys out there. I know Byron's suffering with the Cubs, a Cub fan, but man, they're so loud. It's like a minor league team. Well, we don't know how the Bears are going to be yet. And then my nephew Lou down there in Tampa Bay area, Sarasota area, and his lovely wife Jane. Hi to you guys out there. Thanks for listening to the show. You could call here actually 708-453-5114 when I'm on in probably 2 weeks from now, but you could reach me at 630-530-7061 if you want to talk to me at home. I'd be glad to talk to you guys. All right, Johnny, that wraps it up, I think, buddy. We'll talk to you folks a little later, and it was a fun show, and I hope you enjoyed it, and you take care now. Bye-bye.
Y'all ready for this?